All right, boys and girls, it's time to hear a story about self-control. Two men stood out in the snow. One held a set of binoculars and the other pointed a small black box across the landscape as if searching for something. From the box, they heard a beep, 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 beep. "She's over there," said one of the men as they pointed toward a fallen tree that was already mostly covered with snow. Well, the men waited through the snow until they came to the base of the tree, and they started digging very quietly around the roots until they uncovered a chamber about 3 feet high and about 5 feet wide, hidden in the midst of the tangled roots. There, wedged up against the back of the wall, was a female black bear hibernating through the winter. The two men were naturalists who were studying the life and the health of animals that they had tagged with radio transmitters the previous summer, and that's how they found the bear with their little black box. But the bear wasn't alone. Just a week before, she gave birth to 2 baby cubs who were hardly bigger than a teacup and weighed less than a pound each. Small and helpless, those cubs would never survive the harsh conditions outside of the den. But inside of the den, they were warm and safe, thanks to the preparations their mother had made a few months before. You see, when food becomes scarce in the wintertime, black bears stop eating and they enter their dens for a long winter sleep. Now, before their hibernation, bears can eat as much as 18 pounds of food every day. That is a lot of food. But then, when it's the right time, they stop eating for months. You know, sometimes it's hard to stop eating, and sometimes it's hard to just eat the right things. You know, for the black bear, this comes naturally. But for you and for me, that takes self-control. Well, there's another way black bears show self-control. See, black bears are the most numerous species of bear in all of North America. And the color of its coat can vary from shiny black in the east to cinnamon brown in the west, and some bears are almost white. Well, black bears rarely confront or attack people. They usually avoid human contact altogether. They prefer to climb a tree or find some other way to escape. You know, black bears also rarely fight with one another. They really do get along well. You know, sometimes it's hard to stay calm and to not get upset when things don't go your way. Sometimes it's hard to get along with other people. But, you know, for the black bear, this comes naturally. But for us, it takes self-control to control our tempers and do the right thing. Well, as wintertime approaches, the black bears start searching for a good den where they can curl up and lie down. Now, even though they could just keep roaming through the woods, they enter their dens at just the right time and go to sleep. You know, sometimes it's hard to stop what you're doing in the evening and go to bed on time. Sometimes you just want to play or watch TV or read a book. But what helps you wake up and what helps you feel rested is going to bed on time. For the black bear, that comes naturally. But for us, it takes self-control. Well, there's another way that bears show self-control. See, as the snow piles up around the den, it helps insulate the bear from the cold wind. But to conserve its energy, the bear's heart rate lowers from 40 beats per minute, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, to just 8 beats per minute, dum dum, dum dum. That is slow. You know, it even slows down its breathing to only 1 breath every 45 seconds. That's a long time to hold your breath. You know, sometimes it's hard to calm down, to sit still, to focus on your work. You know, sometimes it's hard to control all your energy, your young energy. For the black bear, well, this comes naturally. But for us to calm down, to be still, it takes self-control. Well, here's another way that bears show self-control. See, bears up in the north generally sleep more deeply than bears that are further south. And the length of their hibernation just depends on how long the winter lasts. But nevertheless, black bears can still wake up in the middle of the winter and come out of their dens if they are disturbed. Well, sometimes I think it's hard to wake up and get out of bed when I feel like going back to sleep. I'd rather just hit the snooze alarm. You know, for the black bear, waking up on time comes naturally. But I promise you, for you and me, it takes self-control. So, follow the black bear's example to control your eating and eat the right things and build those healthy habits, to go to bed on time, when you're playing, when you're working, controlling your energy, not getting upset, so many ways that we can show self-control. We need to make the right choice, and we'll be glad that we did. Now, for the black bear, this may come naturally, but for you and for me, it takes self-control.